Thanks for waking up with the two of us this morning. It's Doug and Wolf here on Sports 620 KTAR. And congratulations goes out this morning to Frankie. Frankie texted in Wolf to 620, and he won the opportunity to sit in the control room, get a quick tour from Wolf a little bit later on the studio, and meet defensive lineman Calais Campbell of the Arizona Cardinals. And guess what? That's not going to take much for you to understand. That is your chief thing you need to know.
Doug and Wolf. Things you need to know.
I've always wondered about that. Don't get me sidetracked, Doug.
Monday Night Football, the Bears a winner 20-17. Green Bay set a new all-time record as a franchise with 18 penalties in this game.
Yeah, they were -1 in the turnover column, of course, -13 in penalties, and -114 penalty yards. Are you kidding me? Still should have won the game.
The total penalties of 18 equaled, you ready for the total yardage? It was 152 yards of penalties. That's one of the things you need to know. And the other thing you need to know is, boy, is it bright in here, as AP turned on the big studio lights because he's filming for the website at ktar.com/Doug and Wolf with Calais Campbell coming in studio. And out of all the 800 million things that you would think that an athlete would want, money, or they would want fame, or they would want something to come into your studio, Calais just said, well, to me, Sunday after the game, well, I guess you could just tell people my Twitter handle's Campbell93. That's really all I want. That's all he asked for. And Calais Campbell came in studio today. Calais, what's up with you? How are you?
What's going on, man? I'm great.
Good to see you. Good to see you. How do you expect practice to go this week with some of the things that happened against Atlanta, and then you guys played wonderful yesterday at times? I'm sure you felt a lot better.
Definitely. I feel like practice will go a lot like it did last week. We'll probably be really intense, high intensity. I know it's supposed to be really hot this week, so we're going into the bubble tomorrow, but that shouldn't really change too much. I mean, I think it's going to be a real intense practice.
You want one of those bubbles?
We do need a bubble in our facility because the travel is the only thing we don't really like is spending 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back. But it's so hot out here that you need a bubble.
Yeah.
Calais, here you are. You're 2-1 on the season right now, going into your fourth week of the season here. How's the body feeling, first of all?
My body hurts.
Exactly. It does.
But it's part of the game. You know, I learned from the vets my first couple of years is you got to take care of your body from week one. Do a lot of ice baths. I probably get in the ice tub every day. And, try to get stretched to the training room, really get massages twice a week. I mean, there's a lot I try to do to keep my body to rejuvenate faster.
Do you get so you get massages? You do?
Yes.
Did you say? Okay, yeah,
twice a week.
Yeah, twice a week. That is an incredible thing. We are talking to Calais Campbell here on the Doug and Wolf Show in studio. Now, the reason why I asked you that about going into the fourth week of the season is because the news came out. The NFL is going to go to an 18-game schedule. The owners think that this is the way to proceed here. How do you feel about an 18-game schedule?
You know, it'll be a lot tougher on your body. Definitely, that's a long season. 16 games already a long season. 18 is going to be even longer. You know, I understand why they do it, though, because, you know, preseason, a lot of fans don't really, they don't want to pay and come watch you play a game that doesn't really matter. So I understand why they moved to 18, but that's going to be kind of different. You know, I'm eager to see how it is, but...
Would you be for 2 bye weeks in an 18-game season?
Yeah, I think we might need 2 bye weeks. I don't think we can get through it without 2 bye weeks.
Wow.
Does the body change in the sense that, is it almost like a second wind? Like, no matter what you do to prepare yourself, you're never ready for the first 2 or 3 weeks of getting beat up. And then you go through the middle part of the season where, okay, you kind of accept it, the body's more prepared for it. And then, I guess, all hell breaks loose at the end of the season when the body's really torn up. How does your body go up and down through the season?
You know, really, you have to catch that second wind. Yeah. You know, that first couple of weeks, you're to come out there fired up, hyped. Your body kind of goes down, shuts down on you a little bit. Nicks and bruises kind of take a factor, and then you catch a second wind. Usually it's probably right in that bye week. Whenever you catch a bye week, you get like a week to just relax, kind of get your body right, and then you kick it in gear again. And then at the end of the year, just who trains the best, and and your situation in the playoffs, I guess, kind of gives you a little more energy. But I definitely feel like when you have a bye week later on in the season, the teams usually do well. Yeah, I know 2 years ago we had our bye week at like week 9, which is halfway through the season, and we went on a roll after that. But last year, I think we had week 4, and that was tough. That was brutal.
Yeah, we're talking to Calais Campbell in studio, live here on the Doug and Wolf Show, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the Oakland Raiders, talk to us about the Raider game, your impressions overall of how the defense played.
We played pretty tough. We gave up a couple big plays. We had a lot of penalty yards ourselves. I think that's one of the things we have to kind of get rid of.
You were Green Bay, though, so it's all good.
But we had a lot of big plays. But we held them. I think we gave up 5 first down conversions on third down out of like 14, so that's not bad. I mean, that's a pretty good percentage there. And we really did a good job getting off the field, but I think those penalties are something that we really got to get rid of. We can't have penalties in some certain situations.
How difficult is it, though? Because, you guys are all human. You go out there, you do your job, you force a punt, and then 2 seconds later, you're right back out there. It's still your job to not let them score. It's still your job, but yet at the same time, how demoralizing is it, and how do you keep your focus?
That's the toughest thing right there to stop. In college, we always practice set and change because you always got to be prepared for it. It's just as bad as a fumble on the first play or interception on the first play. It's the same kind of stuff. You go off the field, you want to go get your water, you kick back and relax a little bit, try to catch your breath, and you're right back on the field again. It's tough, but the good teams, the best teams, are the ones that respond. They go on the field and they put up, and they. If you're in a situation where they are in field goal range, you got to hold them to 3.
You'd have to say your red zone defense stood up then on quite a few situations Sunday.
Definitely. I think that when you put us in situations where we have to perform, we usually do. And I think I'm very proud of the defense for making sure we kept them, holding them 3 points.
This is kind of a rhetorical question here, but how does the defense feel? How does the sideline react to Beanie Wells running the football and running over people? It really motivates you guys, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I love Beanie Wells, but he runs so tough. He definitely has that, I'm going to run you over, get out of my way because I'm coming.
Did anybody notice how well Calais Campbell can handle the spotlight? Fun Katie's in here taking pictures for the website. AP's videoing everything. Wolf has the cat hat pulled even lower than normal, so he can't see any of this. Calais, it doesn't even affect him. You should take lessons, Wolf.
Would you like to see Beanie Wells get the ball more, Calais?
I think that our running game definitely can be utilized, a lot more. We definitely have two great running backs, really 3 great running backs. I like Larod too.
Yes,
that can all touch the ball. But we definitely have a great. We have potential to be a great offense. Period. We can throw the ball, we can run the ball. The play action game can be utilized a lot more too. I think that it's just getting to a rhythm. We're still early in the season with a lot of new guys and new positions and stuff. So I think the big thing is just getting into the rhythm at the right time.
Outside of all your film work that you do, how much football do you watch? College football, pro football? How much football do you watch during the week that's not Cardinals related?
I watch a lot of college football. I have one of my little brothers plays at Miami, and I have another brother that plays at Montana. We don't want to get to Montana games too much, but I always try to watch Miami games. And I'm a big football fan, so I watch a lot of football. Football is pretty much my life, so I'm watching something every day.
So out of every story, whether it's college or pro, what's the story that shocks you the most so far in football this year?
This year, there's a lot of different things that were kind of interesting, but I think that I really liked how Ray Lewis kind of stood up last week and definitely spoke his mind, and I'm glad he didn't get fined for it because he really is just kind of speaking the truth, and I think that it's.
You mean about
tough.
Protecting the quarterbacks and what's the rule, where's the line, and everything?
Yeah, I think it's real tough, because I think a lot of guys. I know last year I missed a sack because I was kind of scared to get fined because I got fined a couple times before, and I already been fined once this year, and it's kind of tough. You don't want to break the rules, but you want to play football and you want to affect the game, and it's so hard when you got to think about where you can hit the quarterback and just all kinds of different things that go with that because you can't really hit him too low, you can't hit him too high. Yeah. You're just trying to get back there and get to him and stuff.
In the NFL, when you watch these games, what team has stood out to you so far? What team do you look at and say, my goodness, that is a good football team?
Oh, man, there's a couple good teams out there right now. I was impressed by the Texans. I knew when we played them in the preseason that they were going to be pretty good this year. I like how they committed to the run, even though they have a great throwing game. But, Aaron Foster's, he's tough.
Yeah.
And, I think that Atlanta Falcons actually look pretty good, too. And surprisingly, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they shocked everybody because without Ben Roethlisberger, they're really playing great football. It doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. They're playing together as a team, and they're finding a way to get wins.
And they have you brought up Ray Lewis. They've got Baltimore this weekend, and if they could actually pull, and I don't think that I'm going to pick Baltimore, but if they could actually pull off 4-0 with all the quarterback issues that they've had, that is unheard of. Any other surprises? Anything else grab you this year?
Surprised that 49ers are 0-3.
Yeah. That is surprising. Wolf and I were talking about it earlier. It's one thing to lose to the Chiefs, But when you're the 49ers, you pride yourself on offensive line and defensive line and manhandling people and being physical, and you give up 200 yards rushing to the Chiefs, and then you give and Gore only got 50-some-odd yards rushing. I can't imagine the way the 49ers feel going into Atlanta. It's like their whole world is right here in front of them.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I think that for the 49ers, they know that they have to get the ball in Frank Gore's hands to win. And I'm surprised that he only had 56 yards because, I mean, the week before they almost beat the Saints, who a lot of people respect, and he had over 100 yards. I mean, and I think that if you give him the ball in situations to let him, score points for you, and then the defense can, hold their own, I think they should win a lot of games. But, I ain't going to lie to you, I'm kind of happy they're 0-3.
I think it's fair.
Calais Campbell in studio here on the Doug and Wolf Show. You want to stick around a little bit?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Broadcast a little bit more with us? All right, excellent.
Calais Campbell, the only NFL player that's ever have you worn your Fouchal t-shirt in a game? Have you worn it under the pads before?
I have not worn it under the pads.
Okay, I haven't worn it under the pads. We know he's one of the few NFL players in the league that wears a Fouchal t-shirt around the locker room, and now he's going to be live for a Fouchal, and of course, that means a beatdown during Paul's call. The experience Calais cannot live without is next with Doug and Wolf.